Okay, the meeting is now being live streamed from Zoom to YouTube. In this way, I think the recording will be automatically uploaded to the ORAS YouTube channel. Okay, we can continue. Can you see my screen? I'm currently share the ORAS GitHub repository.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so for ORAS v1.2, I created a GitHub discussion to collect ideas and opinions from the community. And I received a few feedback and the comments from our maintainers and also from end users. I think this might be an open and transparent way to propose a new milestone in the community. So I would like to continue to use this kind of approach to collect ideas and align the milestone and our plan with the community. But in this meeting, I want to first collect some ideas and proposals from our existing ORAS maintainers in this meeting. Then I will create a GitHub discussion to align it with others. I would like to I would like to go through the existing milestone and focus on ORAS v1.3 because we are now quite clear on what we will deliver in v1.2, but for v1.3, we didn't get the chance to triage and align the scope in the community. So I think we can quickly take a look at this list, ORAS v1.3, and see if there are any work items that you think this should be our priorities, and you have seen users or customers encountered the issues for several times. Here's the link for ORAS v1.3 milestone. I would like to say that this list is not the final version. We can adjust the list and the milestone accordingly after we aligned in this meeting. Also, after we collect the ideas from the GitHub discussion. From my observation, I think three things that in my mind for ORAS v1.3. As you can see from those issues, I think the logging related issues are the most. For example, we have four issues labeled with the logging. So I'm thinking in the next release, we can put the verbose log and the logging related issues as our first priority and focus on the verbose log and logging improvement in the next release. It will enhance the quality and the experience of the ORAS developer experience. So I'm thinking we can put the logging related issues at the first priority in our next release. Any thoughts and opinions from you folks for the first item that I proposed for logging? I will leave at least a few minutes for you guys to take a look and think about that. I saw Sanjay's comments.
I have one not on logging, but on the X509.
I mean, this issue you
That's
have
it.
seen.
Yes. There's a comment related to Helm. Helm's been doing a lot of work right now to fix OCI, and OCI is actually I'm proposing it to be somewhat rewritten in Helm 4, which we're going to be starting to prepare for, organizing. And the issue that was brought up in that issue that relates over to Helm has been merged. We have client support now. Yes, we're using the V1 side of the house, but we now at least have some enhanced capabilities around X509. So I'm not really sure what this is looking to do in the 1.3 release. Is it mainly just to have ORAS support MTLS? Or what is the scope of this issue?
I'm catching up with the historical discussion here. So
Yeah.
if anyone else you had memory on this issue, feel free to jump out and reply to Andrew.
It sounds like you just want a client sort option on the CLI, nothing else, right?
Well, that should hopefully be somewhat easy.
Yeah,
If the Go library supports it, just exposing it to the CLI.
I think so. Yeah, I don't see anything else.
Okay. Well, that's good then. If that's the case, I mean, that should be a really easy fix, easy implementation, and a nice win.
Oh, I see. It
Yes,
seems
as I replied, this request is to let Aura support client search for MTLS. Yeah, that's the feature request.
And but it's just in the CLI, it's in the library already. We just need to expose it to the CLI, right?
Sounds like
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm happy to go ahead and put some work into that for the 1.3 release, definitely.
so. This feature is already supported in Aura Go library. We may need to propose a flag in Aura CLI to interact with the MTLS certificate. Is that
Correct.
the
Yeah.
goal for this issue?
Yep.
Yes.
It sounds like it.
And the good news is we have so many different implementations that we can basically build off of. That's kind of what we did on the Helm side. We didn't reinvent the wheel. We just went ahead and implemented a lot of the same structures like Kubernetes CLI uses. So we should be able to model it very similarly in terms of how it's structured.
Yeah, that would be really useful because otherwise people have to think about yet another way of passing.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Just
Will totally make
have a
sense.
standardized way to do things.
Cool. I think at least this issue has been marked as V1.3, this milestone. I think we will continue to make sure this is in the scope of V1.3. There's no change for this issue. I think what we need to do is to find maybe a contributor or maintainer for this issue as an assignee.
I'll take it. I did the work on the Helm side. This should be fairly trivial.
You mean you will be able to take it, or you want?
No, I'll be able to take it. If it's in the library already, it's literally just going ahead and calling the library, passing in the parameters and testing. That's it. So I'll add me as the lead for this one for now, and depending on how complex it might end up being, I can loop in other contributors if necessary.
Okay, so Andrew, you shared your interest to own this issue and see who else can take it and implement it. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So I will assign this issue to you, and then you will be able to track it and see if anyone else can help with this issue.
Great.
All right, I think we finished the X5009 authentication request. Sachi, I saw your comments. What does it mean by going once, going twice, and gone?
No, that was
He's being an auctioneer.
Yeah, just Andrew picking up the issue and it's gone. The issue was under auction, that's why.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I derailed the conversation.
Yeah, I would say the milestone might be changed due to the priority change or other critical issues come out. I think the decision that we make here is just mean that we all four as maintainers that we align that these are our priorities. If any users or other maintainers jumped out and propose other priorities that we need to align, I think the priority might be changed in the future. At this moment, we will make decisions on the current list, and I will write it down in a GitHub discussion to align with other maintainers. Okay, now we have at least two major parts that we would like to improve in the V1.3. I think for the logging related enhancement, we don't have different opinions on that. So it will be our major work in our next milestone. And the MTLS authentication related issue, it will be also in the scope of V1.3. From my recent observation and communication with ORAS users in the Slack channel, I think the annotating experience is not quite ideal and easy to use. For example, if you look at the ORAS Slack channel, you will see that there's a user who asked that is it possible to add annotations to a specific layer or manifest without the need of creating a temporary JSON file. We have seen the gap that users are using the ORAS annotations flag in the community. So I'm thinking that we can think about how can we improve the experience of update, add, or delete annotations from ORAS from OCI image manifest or from the layers in the files. So this issue is also one of the issues that we planned in V1.3 previously, and I think we can revisit the annotating experience and see if there's a potential improvement for the whole experience of ORAS annotating experience. And another related case is that we have seen a lot of users and customers who uses ORAS in software supply chain scenario. So a typical use case is that most of the users who use ORAS to attach supply chain metadata and artifacts to existing images. And they will also need to attach the image lifecycle metadata to the images or artifacts. So in that case, we also received complaints about the ORAS annotating experience and how can they easily update, CRUD, the annotations. So I think we can put this issue as one of the items for the ORAS annotations experience enhancement. And I will create another issue for the users that he reported in our Slack channel. Ideally, I think we should have a comprehensive plan for the ORAS annotation experience enhancement, and maybe have a proposal, have a spec to define what are the desired experience. I also heard that someone proposed ORAS annotation command and have some flags for this top level command. But we need to aggregate all of those discussions and have a comprehensive plan for this. It's just my 2 cents, but I want to hear some feedback for the ORAS annotations experience and see whether this is a priority for our next milestone. I'm not sure if whether I explained the context about this proposal and my thoughts on this. I'm open to that. I'd like to hear some ideas from you folks.
Thanks, Raymond. I mean, if there's, I think we can at least formulate a proposal, if that helps. And then I don't know whether we'll complete the implementation in this milestone, but at least we could at least discuss what the commands would be. And if we get to it, great. But let's at least plan the proposal for this milestone. Maybe that's what we can do.
Okay,
Sound reasonable?
sounds reasonable. And Andrew, I know in Helm chart, it also has a bunch of annotations in the Helm OCI artifact. Do you see any gaps for updating or managing the OCI annotations in Helm chart, or any related scenarios for annotations experience?
So we added support in Helm. So annotations has been around for a while in Helm, but what we've introduced somewhat recently is it gets now propagated to the OCI artifact that gets produced. Haven't seen any experience because any changes to a chart becomes a new version. So you don't have an overwriting situation in most cases. There's no layers. There's layers, but there isn't a lineage when it comes to Helm, because there's a layered file system when it comes to typical artifacts, but not Helm charts.
I will stop sharing and reshare my screen and reconnect with this room. Wait 4 seconds. Hey, I'm back. Andrew, sorry for disrupting you in your last comment.
No worries.
I didn't. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that, it was recently added. There's been no, to my recollection, any concerns when it comes to annotations. Most users are just happy to have the capability to propagate those into the OC artifact.
Did you see any potential enhancements in Helm or updating or creating annotations?
No, I mean we all we do is we natively support on the Helm chart metadata, and all we're doing is we're just propagating it to the artifact. That's all we're doing.
Okay. Okay, I
We're
got you.
we're basically taking some of the basics around annotations as specified by OCI, and then just adding user-defined annotations on top of that. So we set, the date, time, the name based upon the chart itself, and then any additional ones that the user provides.
So Helm natively covers and handles the basic annotations information to Helm chart, to Helm OCI artifact,
Correct.
and
I have to
there's no
look and see
requirements that
what the log. If you give me 20 seconds, I can see what the logic is. It's been a while.
there's
Yeah.
no requirements that Helm users may need to append annotations or remove any annotations from the Helm OCI artifact. Is that
No.
is that
Because in the end, we generate a set of default annotations to all OCI artifacts. We go ahead and we add the description if it's provided, the title based upon the name of the chart, the version, which is the version of the chart, and the URL, which is just the home page if they've added that to their chart metadata. Anything else on top of that is used. Oh, pardon me. We also define the data was created in the source if they are provided. Otherwise, we also set up the maintainers and authors, and then the rest are just any user defined. So we pull in chart metadata, populate that, and then add on any additional metadata on top of that.
it's just a propagation process in Helm
That's
for
correct.
adding annotations?
Yeah,
Okay.
so all we do is we add in annotations to the basic chart metadata that's provided by the user. And then if they have any additional annotations that they specify on the chart.yaml file, we will propagate those to the OCR artifact as well.
Gotcha. I think Rakuma may have some thoughts on this issue because this was originally created by Rakuma around 1.5 years ago. Shui, any thoughts from your side? We're going to put this issue in the and ORAS annotations experience enhancement as a
I think Feynman, your audio might be breaking up.
Yeah, can you repeat?
oh, sorry, maybe hi Shui. Hi Andrew. Sorry, my connection was
Yeah, we can see you.
had a problem at that moment. I just rejoined. Okay, so let me continue share my screen.
Unfortunately, I need to drop. And I'll try to follow up, or maybe next week I can sync up.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. It's getting a bit late over here as well.
Oh, sorry about that, Andrew.
No worries.
All right.
All right, take care.
Edmund Shuey, maybe we can continue next week if that's okay.
Yeah, I
That's
think we
fine
can
for me.
park the roadmap discussion.
Sorry.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. All right.
I think it's better if we get more maintainers and contributors. It's a very late session tonight.
Okay. All right. Thanks, folks.
All right, thanks, Sanjay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
folks.
thank you.
See you there.
All right. Cheers all.